everybody, and welcome to the It's and Queens podcast covering events in the world's most diverse borough between August 23rd and August 29th. We'll get to October later.
We will, eventually.
Anyway, August 23rd and 29th. My man on the right.
My man.
Mr. Right.
Mr. Right.
Actually, he's on my left. He's on your right.
Mr. Always Right.
Mr. Right is tired today.
I'm a little tired.
He had a big weekend.
Big weekend.
And I'm hungry.
Oh,
so
we're together. We're tired and hungry.
Together, we're tired and hungry. So this will be a fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
We're
kill this
super
one.
cranky. It's gonna be a cranky podcast.
All right, Rob. What's to do in Queens this week?
Well, actually, there you can sleep and you can eat if you want.
Well, I like it.
But besides that, it's an interesting week. Again, almost all of those summer series that didn't end last week are ending this week.
This is it. This is the final call.
But we have a couple of big events. Some of the big ones that you hear about. And I should also mention that we have the Jamaican Jerk Festival that we talked about here.
Yeah.
It was scheduled for July, and that was that. Do you remember that really hot
weekend?
It was about
142 degrees that day, I believe.
It was.
Yeah,
record. Well, it was. It's at a public park, the Roy Wilkins Park in Jamaica.
Is what?
If it gets above a certain degree, you have to cancel the city law.
Yeah, right.
And so they actually canceled it or postponed it until August 25th.
Think about it. If it was that hot and they're cooking
over
hot
and
flames.
the performers are performing.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's safety
it's
issue.
Just too much.
Come on.
It's just too much. But I actually talked to the guy, the organizer. His name is Dickie Lou from VP Records.
He said he lost. VP Records, does it?
Yeah, VP Records. He lost $70,000 because he had to pay for all the artists.
No insurance on that, huh?
Well, no, because it was who has insurance for you? I don't know. They had to, they had to change their schedule.
I bet there's an insurance.
But anyway,
he's going to call him next week.
Well, he said it was worth it because it really was dangerous.
Yeah, it was too dangerous.
But remember, this is jerk chicken, the greatest flavors around. Right.
Yep.
It also goes with pork.
I've had jerk pork. Yeah.
It also goes with. I think it goes well with spinach.
Remember,
broccoli.
Jerk is a seasoning and not a person in this case.
Yes, you jerk it on the. You rub in, but the marinade
That's
is
right.
what it comes down to.
That's
But it's a Jamaican marinade with the.
Got a little kick to it.
It's got the it's a Scotch bonnet.
Scotch bonnet pepper,
which is different from a lot of the other chiles. It's different from the heat in Indian food or the heat in other Mexican food.
This
it's
is
Scotch
completely.
Bonnet, so it's a little different.
As you say,
different burn.
Totally tolerable for me. I could have jerk chicken and some of the.
But you can't have the other.
The Indian dishes I find just intolerable. Yeah.
So the Scotch bonnet is your pepper.
I can hang with some Scotch bonnet.
But beyond the food, there are all kinds of chef demos. Remember, there's a whole afternoon of chef demos of Jamaican. Well, really all West Indian. It's pan-West Indian. Mm-hmm. They'll be having cook-offs and contests and all that kind of stuff. Owners of restaurants from around the world, including Toronto.
With VP Records, they're going to have some great
with
musical
VP
artists,
Records,
right?
You're going to have a lot of live performances, mostly reggae and soca.
Yeah, that's their specialty, right?
Right. And I actually went last year. It was hot then, but it was, and the food was tremendous. Right. Man, the food was good last year. And I'm saying here they got more than 40 vendors and a kids zone.
In a kids zone.
So it's back August 25th. It starts around noon. It ends late.
Yep.
It ends quite late. But it's a lot of fun. It's great people watching, too.
25th is the Sunday?
25th is the Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday, August 25th.
Mm-hmm.
On the same day is a big international event, Arthur Ashe Kids Day.
Yep.
You go to that, or you used to go to that
I've
with
gone
your son.
several times in the past, yeah.
And it's always...
Oh, it's a blast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, they
really make it fun and interactive, and the kids have short attention spans, so they keep it moving, as they say.
They keep it moving. Well, their press release that I was looking at today says it's the largest single-day grassroots tennis and entertainment event in the world. Now,
they're putting a lot of modifiers on that.
I don't know. But what it does is it combines a lot of pop stars who are that kids would know.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of the tennis players come out, and they do exhibitions and those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up some of the tennis players that are going to be there are Novak Djokovic, who I think won last year.
Yeah.
Sloane Stephens, who won 2 years ago. Is that right?
Yes.
And
I think we saw
Rafael Nadal.
I think we saw Serena the year we went.
Oh yeah, I've seen her there before.
Yeah.
She's done it before. So and they sign autographs of the big tennis balls.
Oh
and stuff.
yeah, those are cool.
And I was looking at the music lineup too, and of course I hadn't heard of any of them.
Yeah, but
there's a guy named Blanco Brown.
Uh-huh.
His big song is the Get Up. Have you heard of that?
No, I'm out on that one.
Oh really?
Right now, the Old Town Road is the big hit for my son this year.
Oh really?
Yeah.
The Old Town Road.
Old Town Road.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
And they also had someone named Meg
believe
Donnelly,
that's,
who's a kid
Meg
actor.
Donnelly calling us right now.
I think that's Meg Donnelly calling. She's the big actress. She is on American Housewife, which is on ABC, and she was in the Netflix comedy Teen Toon. Does that ring a bell?
Not for me, but that doesn't mean it's not a vitally important show.
Another big one is Radio Disney's Morgan. Morgan is one of the DJs on Radio Disney.
Yeah. I remember I used to have Sirius Radio. I had the Radio Disney.
And you had Radio.
Yeah.
So obviously it's something that the kids never forget.
No, sure, they love it,
and it's free, and it's August 25th, and the next day starts the tennis tournament.
That's right. Which is
we should remember that if you hear this during the week before. The last day would be August 23rd. You can watch qualifiers this whole week for free.
Free. Walk right in,
I
right?
believe 4 people qualify
out of the
men's and the women's.
Out of 64?
To get into the 64-man draw.
Right.
Everyone else, I think you have to be ranked a certain number to get in.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. This is the play-in part of the tournament.
Exactly. And you can see, Michael Chang, if you remember him,
I
a
do.
tennis player from about 20 years ago. He was a qualifier once.
He played in.
So
right.
you'll see some top-notch tennis
Cinderella
for free
stories
up close.
Yeah.
Exactly. Also, there's another big event, which is big in Queens. I wouldn't know if say it's international, but the Jazzmobile Block Party.
I bet it's got international appeal.
Well, it does. It actually, the lead musician is a guy named Jay Rodriguez, who was born in Colombia. He's got the Jay Rodriguez Latin Swing Band.
Okay.
He's one of those guys who can play everything. The sax.
So jealous of that.
The clarinet. And not only can he do like sax, clarinet, everything else, he can do tenor, alto. He can do all things.
Yeah.
And he can sing music. He can play music. He can write music. He can lead orchestras. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
But the Jazzmobile is something that the Louis Armstrong House does every year.
Oh, yeah.
It's a block party that the people perform out in front of the house.
They serving sweet tea?
And
That's
we'll see
Louis'
what
favorite
happens
drink.
this year. We'll see what happens this year. But people from the neighborhood, they just sit on the street and bring their chairs and they watch it. There's another act this year, which is Jumani Smith Quartet. He's a trumpet player. And Louis was a trumpet player.
There you go.
And this guy,
Jumani
Smith, has been everywhere. He's played in all these, every TV show you could ask for, and he's traveled with other people. He studied under Wynton Marsalis at the Juilliard School. The one thing is that in past years, they've had all kinds of like street games and hula hoops and those kind of things. And I don't know, right now the Louis Armstrong House Museum is without an executive director.
Oh, no ED.
Yeah, and this is it's scheduled as 2 to 4, so the music will be 2 to 4. The tours, they will have open house where they're giving free tours of the house starting noon to 4:45. Okay. So it's a little bit different, but the music is still great, and I would say both of those bands are pretty top notch.
Yeah.
And then we also have Flushing Night Out. But do you know what's funny about Flushing Night Out?
It happens during the day.
It happens during the day. I was thinking, would you tell me that it does happen in Flushing, but it happens. See, what happened is they did Flushing Night Out in previous years, but this year they're doing it during the day.
That's right.
Noon to 6, I believe.
Okay. So they get it's Flushing.
It's a Saturday. It's Saturday the 24th, the same day as the Jazzmobile.
Okay.
What they're doing is they're showing off the local. It's a little bit of everything. The local businesses will be there, and local food will be there, and some local artists, including a big K-pop band.
Oh, look at that! That's gonna be exciting.
I actually was at the announcement for Flushing Night Out, and I got to sit next to the K-pop
I
singer.
saw the press release, something about their own currency.
Yeah, they're going to introduce their own currency. They've created dollars that are sort of, just they're faux dollar bills with Lewis Latimer, a prominent Flushing resident of years past, is the photo, and you can exchange your dollars and you pay with everything with those dollars. And, interesting to see how it works out.
That would be interesting.
But we'll see. Cryptocurrencies started out great and didn't do well, and now we'll see what happens. But that's a fun night or it's an afternoon, and it's at the St. George Church, which is right off Main Street in Flushing. Interesting thing about St. George Church.
Give me the fact.
Do you want to know the fact?
I want it.
My grandmother used to go there.
You see that?
My grandmother was born in Flushing. My grandmother was born in Flushing, and she used to attend St. George Church. It's an Episcopalian church. I think it was nothing like it is nowadays. It has like Spanish language, Chinese language.
Was she a Mackay? Or
she was not a Mackay. She's on my mother's side. But so anyway, that's also kind of fun.
So wait, is it just at the church and the surrounding
streets? It's at the church right in there. Yeah, it's around there.
And
so
that
go to the church.
Lot too,
go to the church. Go to the church, which is right. It's you look at that church and you think that how long it's been there. It's been there for you. And you think that people must have like ridden their horses up and tied their horses and gone to services. Yeah. It's a historic, and then it's like that children's book where the city grows up around the house.
Yes, very
true. This is
true.
exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Like, boom, you've got
There's nothing but skyscrapers and metal buildings around this old, beautiful church.
It's 38th Avenue, by the way, 38th Avenue and Main Street. There's something that happened. A pop-up market that's already happened once and it's happening again this weekend and then also in October. It was very popular. The Queens Night Market, which is the famous night market,
that's one in
with
New York
John
Hall of
Lang
Science,
at the New York Hall of Science. He has joined forces with the Sunnyside Shines.
Twin Towers.
Yep, Business Improvement District, and they are curating. It's like they're going to have about 15 to 20 vendors rotating in and rotating out. And instead of having to go all the way to Flushing, you can get it here at they call it Lowry Plaza.
Yeah.
Lowry Plaza is underneath the 7 train on 40th. Yeah. So
it's where Lowry's Liquors is.
It's where in fact that street might have at one juncture been called Lowry Street.
I think the train station is called
it's
Lowry.
40th Street Lowry.
40th Street Lowry.
I think there was probably the Lowry farm there.
Yeah.
That's probably what happened, right? But they've got different vendors rotating through.
A lot of
this
what day
is
was that?
made
that
in
was
Queens. It's
the
both
24th.
Saturday and Sunday.
Oh,
both
24th
Saturday
and 25th. Okay.
Yeah. Noon to 6.
Nice.
I have been there before. There's like jewelry, ceramics, candles, soap, handmade, all by local people. You're supporting local businesses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I once bought my Christmas presents at the one that was last time.
If that's not a ringing endorsement, I don't know what is.
It'll be 90 degrees out and you can go Christmas shopping.
There you go.
So there were really good soaps. I think that was and those aromatic candles.
There's nothing like a good soap.
There's nothing like a good soap. Yeah, and so many people use bad soaps.
So fresh and so clean.
Yeah. We have some interesting stuff is there's this. She calls herself an electronic music artist and a technologist.
All right.
Or whatever.
I call myself a podcast artist.
Well, nowadays the way music is, she does electronic music. She knows how to play the keyboards, but she does all this stuff which involves like electronic stuff.
Incorporating, all that stuff into right.
Yeah, and she actually went to the Berklee School of Music, which is the very prestigious school in Boston.
School. Yeah.
She is having a listening party. Her name is Claire Marie Lim, although she goes by the professional name Dolltrick, spelled DOLLTR exclamation point CK.
So it's Dolltrick.
Yeah, I guess. She's born in Singapore, but she's Queens 100%.
Yeah, representing.
You read the stuff and it says that she paints soundscapes with her technology.
That sounds a little foo-foo to me.
Well, although, if I could go there and she could explain, it's a listening party, so I think she'll explain it.
She'll explain it.
It's her latest work, her latest album, and she created it completely with female-identifying youth of Asian descent in Queens.
Oh, that's cool.
So if you want to, I'd love to have her explain like what this means and what that means. It sounds kind of interesting.
Painting soundscapes is a little bit.
Painting soundscapes is out of my vocabulary.
Yeah, it's out of my realm, but this whole thing sounds cool. And if she's
young
from Berklee,
people,
I bet she is.
So
those old fogies.
And the fact that Berklee, you can study that shows, and Berkeley's one of the better. So they know that it's a musical genre.
Yeah,
they're moving on.
I'm sure she has incredible musical ability.
Yeah.
She's chosen to
she's doing
funnel
this.
it into
She's
EDM.
modern. Yeah. Anyway, that's at the Lewis Latimer House
I bet
Museum.
It's better than the people and DJs that don't have any musical training and they
might
just
be.
push a button and dance
Yeah.
and
Well, the
get
good
$1
thing
million
is
for playing
exactly
at the Las Vegas pool party.
But the good thing about this is that she'll be there. Too.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And it's at the Lewis
and that's
Latimer
Lewis
House
Latimer, which is a historic
on
house.
August 24th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that the
5
same
o'clock.
day as the Flushing Night Out?
Yes.
All right,
So you could
can
technically go
do
to
both.
Yeah, that wouldn't be that
Come
far.
on, Queens.
Other thing is that in 1983, a documentary came out where they interviewed homeless people in Seattle.
Okay.
Called Streetwise. One of the main interviewees was someone called Erin Blackwell at the time. And do you remember that movie series 7 Up? It was a documentary where they took kids at age 7 and the same kids at 14, 21, 28. So this is kind of like that. So this was in 1983. Now they come back in 2016 with a new documentary,
Right.
which focuses on this one person, homeless person, Erin Blackwell, who now is 44 and has 10 children.
What?
And they're showing
hope
both
she has a home now.
documentaries. They're showing both documentaries at the Museum of the Moving
That's
Image
pretty cool.
in the same time.
What was that Ethan Hawke movie where it took them like 20 years to film it because they actually let the kids
Kids grow up.
Yeah.
So interesting idea.
It's a very interesting idea.
You can see Erin Blackwell at age 18, see her 44 with 10 kids.
Yikes.
And they're showing both at the time. They're doing 3 different screenings this weekend, August 24th and August 25th. So it's a 1983 documentary and a 2016 documentary.
That's very
How
cool.
much time is that? That's
83 minus
23 years. So it's a 23 years?
Yeah,
23 years,
30,
24 years, 30?
33 years.
Math is hard.
Math is very hard.
So glad that
This is
glad
not
I
a
don't
math
have
podcast.
Yeah,
by the way.
this is not a math podcast. The other thing I decided to include in the podcast was a corn roast because who doesn't like free corn? You like yourself a free ear of corn.
I'll
here
tell you,
and there.
the problem with the diner in Queens is that the corn got so expensive. You know it. It's the Buccaneer Diner.
You go there?
The Buck and Ear.
Oh, Buccaneer.
Come on, Rob. Get with the jokes.
There is
What
a
are you
Buccaneer Diner
doing?
in East Elmhurst.
I know. It's a
Yeah.
joke. The corn's
Okay,
very
got
expensive.
it.
it's a Buccaneer.
It's a Buccaneer.
Oh, my God.
Boy.
Jeez.
Some of us just don't have senses of humor.
I tell you, you must be tired. Or are you
I'm
hungry?
I'm hungry. You're tired.
I'm tired.
Anyway, my question is, how far would you travel for a free ear of corn?
All the way to Cunningham Park.
You would?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go to Cunningham Park, which is Fresh Meadows. It's off
Right.
East Union Turnpike.
Yep.
10 a.m. to noon. Pomo the Corn King will be roasting free ears of corn over
Who's
a charcoal
supplying all this
fine.
corn?
And he's also
Pomo?
going to he's serving it with the fixings.
Oh,
It's part
does
of
it have
there's
Mexican street
there's a
corn?
mirth out there. Well, you'll have to
Elote?
go.
Is that
You'll have to
elote?
meet- Elote.
That's some good stuff.
You'll have to see what Pono the Corn King sells over there or gives away 10 to 12. It's there's a farmers market there, down to
that's
earth
cool.
farmers market, and they did this last year too. Corn
Yeah.
roast.
Corn roast.
Get
okay.
your free ear of corn. It's
Usually,
worth.
I would think a corn roast September, October, more in the fall, right? Isn't corn
Well-
harvested in the fall?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. That's a good
Well,
point.
it's also
it's
a great summer barbecue item too. So
Yeah.
Who am
But
I to
anyway,
judge?
It's there. That's what I have.
I love it.
Do you have anything to add?
No, I just like that we had the live at the Gantries this weekend.
Yep.
You know, the
The
27th.
series are even.
And then the Sing in the Rain in Astoria
Oh,
Park.
Another
A reschedule.
Reschedule. Sing in the Rain, the Gene Kelly
Yes.
classic.
Classic.
1930s, I would say.
Really, that
It's
early?
black and white.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought a little color.
Well,
action
whatever.
in
With
there.
the unbelievable dance scene.
Maybe I saw the Ted Turner colorization.
Oh,
one. Yeah,
maybe you
yeah.
did. Yeah. They do movies in Astoria at the Astoria Park at the
Yep.
Great Lawn, and because of a rainstorm
Yes.
a while ago, they couldn't show Singing in the Rain, but they're doing it this time on their 30-foot screen. What's the date on that? It's Monday.
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
Monday,
afterwards. So it's the 26th. The U.S. Open will be in full swing at that junction.
Sing in the Rain, August 26th. Yep.
All right, and about sunset. They got to
And
wait till
if
it
you're
starts.
going to the U.S. Open, stop by the QEDC booth, right?
The other thing is that starting on Monday, the 26th, we'll have a volunteer-run tourism kiosk. I'll be there every morning. Come say hi. We'll give you some information on the restaurants, hotels, culturals in the borough, and we might even have some free pens or can openers or refrigerator magnets, other things that you can't live without.
No, you cannot.
Yeah.
Remember you had the beach balls last year? Those
we
were
had
big.
beach balls. They went. I thought no one was going to want a beach ball.
No, people love it. Who doesn't love a beach ball?
Well, I wasn't that excited about it, but
it's because you were hungry.
Maybe it's because I'm hungry. Yeah. Had I eaten more,
yeah,
I would have taken all the beach balls for myself.
That's right.
Anyway, thank you very much for putting up with us for another week.
Where can they go to find out all of the information?
Oh, you want to find more? Go to itsinqueens.com.
Oh, good for them.
And since you're young, since you're tired, you can
tell
us about the hashtag. You can
use the hashtag itsinqueens.com.
Okay.
Oh no, just It's in Queens. I am so tired. But use it on social media so we can find your pictures. Maybe we'll choose your picture as the picture of the week.
Ah, there you go. Exactly. Exactly.
Maybe we'll give you a little loving, little Queens loving.
Okay. All right. Thank you all, and I hope to see you next week. I also hope to see you in the borough this week.